Hello gamers, Agafor here and welcome to 47 tips for 0.47. Now because I didn't do a 46 tips for 0.46 video, I'll be including tips from 0.46 in this video. That said, let's get to it. When placing meat on a fire, dragging and dropping onto the fire and not the fire slots will allow you to fill all 5 slots up. You know you're hungry when you cook your own gear. Animals have been given new textures and they run much faster. You'll need a gun or bow to kill most animals because of this. The Northeast Airfield has had a major makeover. The only military loot found there now is in the military cars and control tower. A new barracks building has been added. This is located south of Novo. There's a new town just north of Karmanovka and Novo has been updated with apartments and an extended industrial area. Just northeast of Novo you will find a new military prison. If you find yourself lost in the wilderness, power lines lead to well-known towns to get you back on track. A new military hat has been added for those of you who want your head to look like a vagina. Another new helmet is the tanker helmet. You'll find it in military locations. It looks a bit derp, but it can be worn with face masks. A variety of coloured chem lights have been added. They mostly work for around 1 hour. Mostly. A tieable bandana has been added. You can tie it into a swag hat or face mask. It can also be used as a bandage and works with all helmets. It comes in a variety of colours. This is my fave. Tracksuit pants now have a top counterpart and come in red, blue, green and black, opening up a playstyle for hobos. Red and blue paramedic pants and jackets have been added. They only spawn in the hospitals, healthcare centres and the MASH tent at Balota or Northwest Airfield. You can sort ruined ammo to retrieve usable ammo from stacks of ruined ammo. Opening a ruined can of food will result in hardly any of the contents being left inside, as low as around 5%. Rag quality level doesn't seem to make a difference when used, but you can restore rags to the pristine quality level using alcohol on them. You can repair the fire axe or splitting axe by using a stone to sharpen it. The splint now only requires 2 slots in your inventory. It can be broken down into the materials to make it. To remove the mouse wheel scroll options from your screen, simply right click. This works when the reload option pops up too. As an alternative to pressing F to interact with objects, you can push down the middle mouse button. Movement controls have been changed. Shift is now used as a modifier for speeding up while running, crouched and prone. To avoid your character coming to a complete stop when changing weapons or items, make sure you're not in attack stance. You can now throw two-handed items, meaning you can throw all items that can be put in your hands. If items are not displaying in your clothing, drag and drop your clothing to the ground to refresh the contents. You can now walk around while using the surrender animation. Military zombies have been buffed. They have around twice the health of a civilian zombie, requiring 2 hits with a fire axe unless you hit the zombie in the head. If you find yourself taking hits from a zombie that you're nowhere near, go back and kill the zombie. Crawler zombies have been added to DayZ Standalone, the first zombie variant. They jump attack every single time. Zombies no longer walk through most walls and can walk upstairs, meaning you can trap zombies inside buildings. To avoid players seeing you while panning around with a scope or binoculars, hold down Alt. Your viewing angle is restricted, but only your character's head moves. Binoculars now only take up 2 slots and are positioned vertically in your inventory. They can also be used while prone and crouched now. The long range scope and PSO1 scope now spawns where the PU scope spawns. One of the better places for finding this scope is in the garages. The MP5K has been added and spawns in the police station and on police cars. This gun is pretty rare but has an epic rate of fire. The AK-101 has been added to AKM spawn points. It uses the same attachments as the AKM, and the magazines spawn in the same places as the AKM magazines. Make sure you have a 2x2 slot available in your inventory before reloading your AKM drum magazine. If you don't have space, it gets deleted. The AK wooden buttstock can be spray painted in camo much like the Mosin. You need to paint it black before this can work however. The CR527 has been added to SKS and Mosin spawns. It fires the same rounds as the SKS, but you'll need a pretty rare magazine to use it without chambering every single round. The CR527 can be spray painted black, green or camo. The magazine is mainly found in military locations. The AKM AK101 high capacity vest and drum magazine spawn exclusively in the long barracks. These military UAZs are a great place to pick up guns and pistol magazines. Ashwood sticks are not exclusive to ashwood trees, they spawn in industrial loot spawns. Running through trees now while it's raining no longer spams you about getting wet. About time. Tents have been added and spawn in the castle and deer huts, however, persistent objects are still being worked on, so your tent will disappear after server restart.
Bonus trip!
Zooming into the face of dead players causes their eyes to open and close, meaning you can play peekaboo with dead bodies. While 0.46 was a small patch, 0.47 certainly was not, improving on previous features, adding respawning loot, and adding zombie collision is a huge step in the right direction. When items become persistent in DayZ, hopefully this Wednesday, we should see major change in gameplay, and finally, servers won't be restarting every 1 hour, so server communities can form. I don't know about you, but I am excited to see what else is coming to DayZ Standalone. Thank you for watching, happy peekabooing, and I will see you in the next video.